Check. Back in the building, another episode. Elephant in the room, your boy Ceesix.
And your boy Dizzle's in the building.
And guess what? It's episode 100. What?
You're a grown-ass man, don't
you know what? I was going to celebrate. I was going to buy balloons. I was going to do the most. And then I said, nah. I said, fuck it.
And the maddest thing, you did say fuck it because you were supposed to buy all of that shit. I thought we were going to have a balloon with 100 in the background. Certain drinks, food, what you said, you bring one bottle of drink. There's no food. I bought
that drink all the way from Jamaica for you.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Big up Ceesix.
Yeah, man.
You get me?
Street vibes. But yeah, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Because next week, we've got something special lined up. So although this is week 100, we're not even overdoing it because next week we have something special for them. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna really do something next week. You know what I'm saying? And I had plans for this week, but you flopped a few times.
But it's like I see, like you have your birthday. Your birthday drops on a weekday. But you're having your party weekend.
Yeah, your birthday's on a fucking Tuesday.
So this is the pre. Yeah. So the next show is the party.
Yeah. Let's not oversell it, just in case it ain't. Just in case it's a shit party. Don't want to say like, what kind of party is this, bro? What kind of party is this?
No, it's gonna be a turn-up party.
But it's a movie.
Are you gonna bring your decks?
No, we're not doing that.
I'm gonna go,
we're not doing it like that.
You sure?
No, we're not doing like that. But we're gonna next week. We're gonna.
I think we should do a live show one day. Just me and you on the decks, me chatting shit, and just get them a live. You get me? Elephant in the room. Ceesix, Dizzle.
Whoa, listen,
I remember I'd keep telling you people, if you're on Patreon, people only. If you want to hire me and Ceesix, DJ, and me as the mic man or host for weddings, funerals.
We've done a few weddings.
Yeah,
and they've been a good look.
Yeah, so me and them as a team. Remember, they don't get the podcast. We have jobs. My job is to make people laugh, as you see, and his job is to turn over the place, as you heard. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, book us if you want to have a good look.
Book us, but when you book us, don't look us.
Yes. No, don't look us.
Huh?
Yeah, don't look us. Just book us. Don't
book
look
us, but don't look us.
Yes.
Yeah, no looking.
Yeah.
Just booking.
You understand what I'm saying? So anyway,
but you can do some cooking out. I'm just doing
you see that's what I'm saying. You just spoil it.
I'm doing too much.
It's 100 show, and
because listen, this is straight vibes rum.
And what's
it's
your
a
point?
celebration. I don't really drink, so celebration.
It's true.
Yeah, come on.
And I don't like when you drink. You're like one of them abusive people.
It's not me.
Yeah, start the wife beaters when they blame it on the drink. You seem like one of those guys.
You know what? I don't know what I don't. I think the fact that I don't drink and smoke, it's probably saved me a lot of money. But it's probably I don't know what the type of person I would have been.
I think
could have been a
horrible.
bit like you because you drink and smoke. No, seriously.
Why'd you say me?
Because bro, I got to look at you in it, and I'm saying raw.
You mean I'm not the poster boy for drinking and smoking? You dickhead.
You are.
You're not
the poster boy. You're the anti-smoking campaign, and the anti-drinking campaign. You just got to say, do you want to be like this when you grow up? If not, don't drink.
And you're the campaign, like the boring nights guy. If you wanted to be the boring nights guy.
You want to be vanilla.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Yeah. That's you.
I don't mind. I'd prefer to be vanilla than you.
You don't prefer to be because you got no choice.
I could drink if I want.
You can't. You can't drink.
I could get drunk every day. And it'd be cheaper for me to get drunk every day. I can buy that one bottle. I could be drunk for a week, a month. Take a sip every day, and I'm frazzed.
There's no fun in that. It's the process.
Yeah. Sleep up the whole month, just frazzed.
Yeah.
To be honest, the drunk feeling, I don't know why people get, like, I can understand merry, but I can't understand drunk.
Yeah, but there's a fine line because it's like when you stop, because when you're merry, that's when you tend to drink more. Because now I'm merry, fill me up because I'm merry. But that's when you're supposed to stop at the merry point. Do you catch what I'm dealing with? That's the point where if you like. I couldn't say if you're a driver, because if you're driving, you don't drink
nothing.
Period. You understand? And have you noticed that the older you get now, because me, if I drive, I'm not going to drink.
Because you're responsible.
I think is it because of age? It's
because of responsibility, bro. The difference is responsibility has hit you at a later stage, but it should have hit you like in your late teen.
He lit
20s.
you when you was 10.
Yes, damn right.
Because you was been a job's worth from at school. When they gave you the first little school.
I was a prefect.
you were spelling your own prayers.
I was a prefect. I was like, the prefect is literally like a little. You know what you are. You know what you are when you're a prefect. You're a community support police officer.
Yeah, basically, for the school.
For the school.
Yeah,
you got no authority. You're just like a glorified snitch.
Yes.
I kind of had my thing on lock because I would let the man them through. Because you know what it is.
Yeah, I would let the man them through,
brother.
But that's what I'm saying.
Let the man them through.
But you're supposed to. You got like he was doing them a favor. That's how Joe's worth you up. You still, even though you're letting them through, you still want them to give you that acknowledgement that he's letting.
Why am I supposed
rate
to?
me now because I'm letting you through?
Not everybody. Not every. Listen.
You wanted ratings for doing that for them.
Let me tell you something. I don't need. You see, I'm different. I'm different because my ratings have always been up. But I don't rate who you want me to rate because you might think you're a man them, but to me, you're nothing. So you might not be able to get through the hall. You get what I'm saying? And the man them who I think are the man them are getting through. Just because you think you're nothing. Back to the queue, or I'm telling Mr. Jones.
And I can see that you was like that.
Because you can't tell me who to rate. Because I'm the guy. You get what I'm saying? Just because, and I'm the guy that's in there. You know, like it takes all different types of man to run this road, you know. You don't have to all be ghetto. Because if you're all ghetto, then it's mad. You gotta have the road.
You know the man thing,
but book smart and carry yourself well.
Only because to industry and entertainment, why our paths will clash. I don't think our paths will clash. It didn't. It wouldn't have clashed. But
you're an old man to me.
Because you're an
old man to me. Listen, if we were the same age, I'd have probably punched you up somewhere along the line. I would have seen you somewhere.
I wouldn't have. No, I say if we knew the same area.
I never robbed no one. But I think I would have
say if I grew up in the same area as you.
Yeah, same area.
Yeah, I wouldn't like you.
You couldn't. You'd have no choice.
I wouldn't like you.
If you grew up in my area.
You know certain people see them you don't like.
If you grew up in my area.
I wouldn't like you. I think this little mixed race you is just an idiot.
Brother, if you grew up in my area, I'll let that one slide. If you grew up in my area, you'd have been cool. You'd have been one of the man them. But I want you to understand this. Let me tell you something. This is a serious note, yeah? Our paths would have crossed because but listen, we've got things in common. We've got people in common.
Yeah.
The difference is we're just two different age groups. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've done my thing. I'm just not messy. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand this. I'm not one of these podcasters here that are trying to spit about badness and trying to hold on to some shit or to present myself in a certain way. I don't give a monkeys about anybody's validation, but I know me. And those who know. If you think I'm going to be sitting on the podcast chatting shit for approval, then I don't know. I'm not that guy, bro. You want to sit here talking about your prison and who this and who you robbed and who... Brother, idiot thing. You're sitting there labrishing. Chat him out. Yeah, brother. Nah. I'm a good boy. Never been in trouble. Never done nothing. Yes. I validate that. Yeah, I stand for that. Fucking idiot. About little mixed race, but... Hey, brother, I'll thump you in your mouth. If you was in my era, I'll punch you up. I don't know. What's wrong with this you?
Fuck off. Oh, my jaw corner.
What happened to that boy there?
You know, I just couldn't take it serious. I'm sorry.
You don't have to.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to picture you on badness.
I never said badness. No, I never said badness.
But I take picture.
Listen, what you have to understand is this.
And it was so hilarious.
We all grew up in the same thing. And you know what? Everything is like a choice. You know, I was thinking this the other day, yeah? Road life is a choice, you know.
It is.
It's a choice. DJing is a choice. Comedy is a choice, isn't it? And just because you decide to be a DJ, don't mean you're going to be a good DJ. And don't mean you're going to be a successful DJ. Mm-hmm. Same with comedians. Same with roadman. Just because you choose to be on the road, there's more dickhead roadman who's got nothing going on
than successful ones. 100%.
There's more chiefs that have been robbed and batted up and get sent out. Yeah. And all the guys, most guys in country are there by force and not by choice. You see what I'm saying?
They're runners.
And then there's some man But every one of us have got to navigate whatever life we got to navigate, growing up in certain areas and certain places. So if you get through life in a certain way and you mingle when you're in and you're out and you don't go down that road, bro, there's something in that.
To be fair,
If you've been everywhere and been around everyone and you've never been involved and you've never been a victim and you've never done, then you've done well to navigate.
To be fair, if I could go back, I would love to have been like a normal guy instead of go to college, get my degree, get a trade, start. Do you know what I mean? With do all that I'm doing it now in my late stage
because you realize you was a failed road man late,
and I enjoy like the legal life. Yeah. So, but because most of my people around me they're doing the legal life, but because I was in a society where everybody's doing crime, you're gonna end up doing crime.
But you weren't good at it though. No, I'm serious. Like, you're one of the failed guys that we're speaking. Listen, as much as you got, but as much as let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. As much as you had a name,
I'm gonna keep it real.
As much as you had a name, you weren't top guy. You weren't top guy.
No, I wasn't.
You never reached the top of the food chain.
No, if you're gonna go there, if you're gonna break it down, where
you are, like where you are in your social media world, a comedy world, yeah, you are almost in a league of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got peers and you got people around you that do their own thing, but in your lane, you're doing your thing. You're a success. Do you get what I'm saying? And you have been consistent for X amount of years. Roadman life, you weren't doing that, and it's not even a disrespect.
No, I get what you're saying.
You weren't an idiot. You weren't a chief.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
You never hit the levels.
I get what you're saying, but it's like the mirror of accountability. To hear it sounds like I don't know where it, but honestly, when I even look at Pablo Escobar and Narcos, I realized that we was shit. We was bottom of the barrel.
100%.
If we're saying badness then and levels, we're pawns. There's some top guys that we was nowhere near the top of the pyramid.
Brother, you see
we was at the bottom, so we can't say to talk about road life. Really, we should shut the fuck up.
100%. Listen, we talk about stuff like the reason that prison is in our story, and I say us because I'm an inner city youth. The reason why prison is in the story is because it's accessible. See, when you're at the top of the chain, prison is very rarely, like, the guys who bring the drugs in the country, them tons and tons, not kilos, tons, them tons that are coming in on the ships, who's ordering them in and who's bringing them in, they're not going to jail.
Yeah.
It's you when you get down to the ounces, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
You're doing 30 years for this and that and 20 years for this and that and 10 years for this and that. Them man are bringing in tons. They weigh it with what they used to weigh the flipping whales with. Yeah, you got a little battery operated.
And you feel so you're the top.
You're not. I've
been there.
And remember, when you go and buy your bits, you've bought bits who's bought a bit off of this man, who bought a bit off of this man, off of this man, off of this man, off of this man, off of this man. So you're getting the bit after, like, you're number 8 in the line.
Sometime 19th.
Sometime 19th, because there's 10 more in another country. But you see what I'm saying? Be a little man. But then hyping.
But we
going on like you run shit.
Even if we got 100 grand, we think that we've
100 grand is baby food in the drugs world.
No, but in our city, you've made it.
Yeah, but in the drugs world, in the drug world, food.
You can't even. You can't even have a seat at the table.
Baby food. This is what I'm saying. So when man look at stuff like whatever world you decide to go into, we got to know the levels, innit? So you want to be in the business world. It takes a long time to be Alan Sugar or to be Jeff Bezos or to get, you get what I'm saying, Richard Branson. It takes to even be recognized. To be able to sit on at the round table with them, man, there. You got to do a lot. No matter how much little food shops and this and business, whatever you feel like, you're not sitting at that table. Yeah. The head of the board of directors or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you're a little man in business.
Yes.
You're a DJ. Well, guess what? No matter how big you are in the little club scene in London, you can't chat to Calvin Harris. You can't chat to EZ. You can't chat to Jazzy Jeff, Carl Cox.
Chase and Status.
You cannot chat to Rodigan.
Yeah.
Different leagues. Some man are millionaires from this team.
Yeah.
You're a little man.
Yeah.
Comedian. You can't chat to Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
You can't chat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're a little man.
Yeah.
So when you're on the road thing, you're not a little man.
Yeah.
And you want to bad people up.
Yeah.
But what? That's like me badding up the young DJs just because they want to be in my world.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. That's why I look at the whole thing like beer failed, washed up, deadbeat roadman chatting shit, acting like, do you get what I'm saying? Do something, let me respect
We
you.
never had like them the proper cartels where you've got a room full of money. You don't know how much money is in there.
More money than anything.
You don't know how much money is in it. We know how much money we have.
Yeah, you know.
When you know how much money you have, you don't have money.
When they said that they said, I read somewhere, I don't know how true it is, but they would say something like, Escobar used to spend, let's just say, 20 grand on rubber bands to hold his money.
Yeah, I could imagine that. Yeah.
You know how mad that is? 20 grand on rubber bands just to hold the money.
Yeah.
When you look at flipping American Gangster, you know, like how he had his, what's his name? Frank Lucas.
Yeah.
When you start looking at, what? Come on, man.
That's
man.
what's made me realize. All these films that's come out has made me realize. It's because some people just watch a film. Yeah, rare. But I've been in that world, so I know that it's not even. You don't even talk about that world because I was the bum.
Yeah.
I wasn't the guy. When you're in that world,
no,
the top, you're supposed to wear suits.
Yeah. Because when you're meeting people,
The top man in that world wears suits.
It's business. It's actual real business.
So we're the ground man them. The foot soldiers. We're foot soldiers.
Yeah.
No matter how we look at it.
Yeah.
Even if we're the boss of our foot soldier, but we're still foot soldiers because the plug could wipe us out.
100%. They could just stop sending stuff.
They didn't have to wipe us out. Let's stop sending that.
Yeah.
Let's stop
And
sending
you know what? Even like the gangs, you got to even check it. You lot are a gang that run this block. You run not even a square mile. Not even a square mile. And you can't go over there.
Yeah, that's
if
mad.
You get over there, you get licked down. Like when you really break it down, if you and your crew don't own nothing, firstly, let's just look at it like that. You don't own nothing and you control a couple 100 square foot. Do you get what I'm saying? And you often get run off and you go somewhere else and run them off of their 100 square foot. And do you get what I'm saying? You deading on the way to the shop, man, troubling you in front of your mum because you live in the same place.
That's mad to me.
The whole game is tapped, bro.
When you say it like that.
A man acting like they're at the top and they're the baddest thing.
And postcode. And remember...
What, bro? You know badness is when you go missing, bro.
No,
like if you cross certain people, you go missing. And everybody's gone missing, vanished without a trace.
Yeah.
Badness. Yeah, I'm talking everybody's missing without a trace.
But see this postcode thing as well. See, like you highlighted it. Because I've never been in that kind of beef, but... It's younger youths, but that's nuts to me, you know, because you don't own the postcode. Your mum is in rent arrears, brother. So at any moment you could be evicted and go to another postcode. So the postcode that you're killing man and repping and doing videos is crazy to me.
Yeah,
and you can't go with that estate and
and you can't hang around man you went to primary school with.
That's mental to me. Remember, we all hang around with everyone.
Man,
the whole
the whole area. Because the area is the area.
That's like Tottenham now. Tottenham is beefing. You know, you got that estate. The whole like with South. Everybody's beefing within there. It's like everybody's bored, so let's beef that estate there.
There's cousin and cousin.
Because you understand? In my days, I was cool on every estate. Every estate weren't we was cool. If your estate was certain estates was hyper, then you get what I'm dealing with. But it wasn't we're gonna war with them, and we're all from ends.
Yeah, it's mad. But then trust me, it's all fragmented so much, because everybody feels like they're Escobar in their own little world. Everybody feels like they're...
And that's the maddest thing, because I was feeling like I was... I'm telling you, we need a reality check.
But this is what I'm saying. You see, when we look at life, this is why I keep saying, when you was just laughing... Like, as a man, remember, I got 4 children that depend on me. I got 4 dependents, and I run my house, and I look after my kids, and I look after my own life. Mm-hmm. You think that I'm gonna allow anybody to like intimidate and bad? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Well, what is happening? We're all men. We've all got the same. We're all built up of the same minerals. Do you get what I'm saying? I just don't choose to play that game that you play or live in that world you live in. Mm-hmm. Just like you choose to not be a DJ. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? If you chose DJ world, you might be a bigger DJ than me, and I might have to look up to you, or you might have to ask me for advice. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if you chose to be in my world, If I chose to be in your world and I happen to cross paths with you, have beef with you, or be an alliance with you, then cool. But if I'm not in your world, don't chat to me. I'm not gonna go up to someone on the street and say, "What? How much tunes you got on your hard drive?" Randomly. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you see a man who ain't involved in road, don't bring them into your world. They're not in your world. Do you get me? Like, there's so much shit that happens. I just think it's all bollocks, bro.
And someone asked me a question, and I want to, for the podcast for you to answer. Why does our culture glorify like gangness? Because it coincides with what you were saying as well. Because it's true, we do. I grew up on Badman's tune. You get me? That's our culture. You tie up, man. That's
it's a small fraction of our culture.
No, but all right, then let me stop you there. But it's when we say it's a small fraction, it's which other nation does music and has got and glorify music glorify killing and gets like number ones in our in the which other community?
This is the thing. This is why I'm saying there's so much behind it. Yeah, there's so much behind it. Who pushes the negativity? Who lets it out? No, listen, bro. Who owns the record labels? If you break it down properly, yeah, and you were to make a song that was hating and talking about killing within the other people's community, firstly, it will never come out, and secondly, you'll be shut down as an individual in whatever capacity.
Hate speech.
But when we do not own the industry, we can they can put out what they want and sell it to us in a certain way.
But what you're saying
is out there.
No, but what you're saying, sorry to cut you because we're having a debate. But my thing is, if the content is not there, you can't put like, all right, then you for instance, nobody can't put out no content scandling you because you haven't put out no content for them to scandal you. Do you get what I mean with? Yeah. So my thing, not because who brings in the guns them. All right, if we could say like who brings in the guns them, but who's firing them?
Yeah, but
do you understand? Let's not have that as an excuse.
Let me tell you why I say this. Let me tell you why I say this.
There's crack on the road. That means there should be crackheads.
But let me tell you why I say this.
Go on, tell me why.
Let me tell you why I say this. Yeah. When you look at stuff like, when you break down music, you break down crack, you break down guns being brought into ends, you realize that just because we use them doesn't mean that we know why we're using them, and it doesn't mean we bring them in.
That doesn't make sense.
I'll explain to you.
Please.
Yeah? I'll explain to you. So, with music, when we look at the music that we naturally created, ska, reggae, this, all of the music that we created, early hip hop, 1, 2, 3 to the 4, all that shit. Yeah. The moment other people came in and they tell you this will sell, that will sell, do this, sexy it up a bit. Do you get what I'm saying? And start to make it and tell, like, I've read stories where they tell women to sexy up. Yes. Take off clothes. You're wearing too much clothes. Tell them, that's a bit too nicey. Like, make it a bit more gritty. Make it a bit more grimy. Do you see what I'm saying? Coining different phrases for telling us what kind of thing. Then it goes. Then there's a market for it. Then they push it, and then there's a market for it. Crack was put into the neighborhood, and then if they would prefer everyone to take it. Really, if when they put crack into the neighborhood, the crack epidemics of the 80s, the late 70s, 80s across the world, if everybody took crack, it would have been better. But some decided to sell, some decided to take, some avoided. But it's fucked us up for since. You get what I'm saying? When shipments of guns accidentally land somewhere and a man finds a big fucking trunk full of guns in the ends, or in fucking Spanish town, that's not an accident. A man find a trunk full of gun, he's gonna feed up everybody get them gun now. Who put that there? Do you get what I'm saying? So there is a biggest thing behind it. And now we're in it, we don't know why. When we're walking down the street, why are we feeling why are we looking at each other? If I'm driving a Bentley down the road, The only man them that are looking at me in an envious way and people like me. Where's that come from? How does that happen?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? There's a big psychological thing behind it. So we can look at it from the surface, but we've also got to look at it like we're grown men, and badness would sell this podcast more. You start talking prison stories. You start talking about who did what. If you gave Tottenham stories from back in the day, podcast has got mad viewers. I start talking next man's business. You get me? Things I see, who I see in the dance doing what.
Yeah.
You get me? Or spilling business that I've done that I've never been in trouble for.
Or cussing another person's podcast.
Or dissing someone else. Or getting myself in a beef, chatting next man. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it will start selling. And then we see numbers and now we do it all the time.
Yeah.
Because we're chasing numbers.
Yeah.
Because negativity sells. But if negativity sells, why don't no one else sell it? You see what I'm saying?
A lot of people are selling it though. So that,
no, when I say I'm talking about cultures, like you're saying.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
If negativity sells, why don't other cultures sell it?
So
they sell it in movies and.
But
whatever.
you said a whole lot of nothing because you haven't still told me why.
Because I don't know about the ruling. I don't know why it was created, but but there's a reason for it because it does keep us down. There's no growth.
It does.
Like we've got some real uplifting music, some real uplifting artists, and if I was to, I've put out music. I've put out real positive music before, like on a mix. Nobody don't listen to it. Do you get what I'm saying? Nobody.
But then a perfect example, the Massacre tune Whites. That tune is sick, big. When you're in a dance, everybody's. But enough of these people, they don't sell. It makes them want. You see them whipping and like now it makes them like feel like they're drug dealers.
But Massacre's put out really positive songs before.
Yeah, but I'm not hearing you. But this, do you get what I'm dealing with? I see people whipping in dance.
Yeah, because it makes it. Well, you get because
that people now thinking, yeah, drug dealing is cool. Do you get what I'm dealing with? That's what we're doing in our culture.
Yeah,
drug dealing. But I'm not seeing it in other people's culture.
Yeah, they don't because they don't sell it to. They don't want the destruction of other cultures. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's more than. But
we can't blame them because I said, if we don't give them the content, they can't do it.
Bro, you're a victim of. You know when they say you're a product of your surroundings. Sometimes you're a victim of your surroundings. Do you get what I'm saying? I took my son. Let me tell you a perfect example. I took my son to the fun fair today, and I took my boys to the fun fair today, and they were on the bumper cars, and there was this girl that was going. The bumper cars are going anti-clockwise, and they kept saying, "One Direction, One Direction."
Yeah.
And there was all the kids were messing about.
Yeah.
The fun fair man stops the bumper cars, comes out, goes straight up to this Muslim girl in a full I don't know what it's called. So I don't
hijab.
know.
No,
But it wasn't. The full outfit. Yeah. And took her off the ride. And I was watching and filming them and observing, and she was nowhere near the worst kid on there. She wasn't. She's the only one.
You're just saying that.
On my life, she wasn't because my sons were like watching as well. Like they were all like everybody was messing about. All of them.
Yeah.
A couple of white kids, black kids, my kids. Everyone's messing about. No one ain't really following. It's bumper cars. The only person they took off the bumper cars was that girl. So she fits. Like her existence she's a victim of her circumstance because the man who took her off the ride discriminated against her 100%.
How do you know?
Because she wasn't the bro. I was watching the
but he saw. See that's
bro.
See you're damned if you see that.
Bro, come on, man.
See that's the next point in this world because of this sensitivity. What's going on and what's going on? Like what's the babe or whatever they wanted to call it. Everybody has to be tiptoey around everybody now. So because he's a white man, he's got to be careful that to go to this Muslim girl because now he's going to be deemed a racist. You know what he
should have done?
Do you get my point?
Bro, he should have... I'm telling you. There was other youths that should have been taken. What I would have done, because they were clear, just lock off the ride. The ride's done.
As a normal person, like...
Bro, listen, you know that we're disproportionately dealt with by police. by workplaces, by businesses. When you're walking down the road and a woman sees you, grabs her handbag.
But saying that there was black kids there. So.
Yeah, but it's not. But this is what I'm saying. The Muslim people, because she was dressed, she visibly looked like a Muslim. She was the victim of his ignorance. If she wasn't there, it would have been a black youth. But I promise you, them little white youths were not going to be kicked off the ride first. No way, shape or form.
So the hijab one.
So therefore, she becomes a victim of circumstance and not just a product of circumstance. You get what I'm saying?
So I didn't.
It happens, bro.
I heard you. But case of it was something that she done something that you didn't even see that she did. That he saw.
Yeah.
So now, because everybody was bad, I saw, remember you didn't see it now? He saw it. So now I can't say nothing because Ceesix might think that.
No, listen.
Do you get my meaning?
You see it?
Where does it stop,
bro,
Ceesix?
Listen, it's a fun fair. It's a fun fair. They don't take people off the ride unless you're. She didn't do nothing. There was nothing.
I've never been in a fun fair and see the bumper cars actually stop.
All right.
So that means she must have done something.
Yeah, she was. You know what it is? She was Muslim. And that's it.
No.
Have you seen that judge? There's a white judge. Yeah. I'm gonna try and find the clip and put it in. And he's a white judge in America. And this guy, this black man, is in court. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they say to the guy, like, what did you do in it? And they said that he was resisting arrest or whatever. So the man said, what's the reason for your stop? And they said, the police were umming and ahhing. And the man said, there's no just cause to stop the man.
Yeah.
He said to the man, walking while black. The white judge chastised the police officer, let the youth go, said he didn't do nothing. Yes, he resisted, but you stopped him for nothing. So let's revert back to the beginning. And you only stopped him because he was a black boy walking. He was walking whilst black. That was his crime. Walking whilst black. You're telling me that things don't happen? They happen, bro.
Ceesix, it happens, but it's like certain incidents happen in life where we can't blame everybody. There's some white people out there that is racist to the core. There's some black people that is racist to the core, even against their own black people. If you're too black.
But we're talking about victim of circumstance. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you come up if you believe that there's no hope because there's been no hope and you turn to the streets and you glorify drug dealing, it's because of what you see around you. Let's go back to the point. Some people cannot see past their nose, bro.
But can I say something to you? Don't do that. Because you're going to say all.
No, I never said all. I said some. I've been saying some.
Because there's people that grew up in the ends.
Bro, listen.
And turned out to be successful singers
something.
without talking about glorifying.
My household, me and my brother grew same household. Two complete different paths. Yeah, so I'm not stupid. I'm not talking from a place of like, it's not everybody. But there are some people who can't see past. They believe they've got no other option. They believe this is what I need to do.
No, there you go. Could I say something to you? Let me stop you there.
Why did you get on the roads?
Because I genuinely never had no option.
What are you talking about? You live in England. You've always had an option. So shut your mouth.
Can I say something?
You've always had an option. You're contradicting yourself. You've always had an option. If you was
to calm down, calm the fuck down. Let me explain.
Make me.
Don't
yeah?
What? This is drink. This is just a
Make
drink.
me.
That's why I don't give this guy drink. If you was to calm down, simmer.
Go on.
And no, my story is a sad one. Oh. It's not.
Let me play the violin for you.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I feel sorry for you.
Let me stop you
so
there.
tell me about your sad story. Why you had to end up on the road.
Before I go into the sad story, I'm gonna go into a serious note now. This is being serious. This is why mental health in men is very high.
I'm sympathizing with you.
Shut the fuck up. This is why mental health in men is because I said to him on a serious note, and I'm gonna pour out my heart. You come out with this imaginary violin with your bottom lip look like you're ready to put a batty on top of your lip and yam it, and you understand? I'm doing the violin when I'm trying to be actually serious. Wait, let me land. I'm the wheels are out. The wheels are out. Yeah, the wheels are out. The wheels out. You understand? So my thing is, when brethrens them really want to open up, yeah, why for the open up?
Why for that? All right, sorry, go on. Serious.
You understand? You can't say. I'm saying you can't be serious with your drink. When a man wants to, you know what, let his feelings be known, then his brethren mocking him, violent. So now he has to suppress that feeling what he has, and it turns into something mental.
Yeah,
you understand? Henceforth, mental. So don't do that.
No, but the reason I did that,
don't do that.
Let me tell you why you did that. Because when I just said, some people believe they've got no other choice but to go on the road. You said bullshit. Then I said, well, why did you go on the road? Then you said, well, I had no choice.
There you go. So you don't know my story.
Bro, you have a choice. Everybody has a choice. You do not have to be a criminal. But again, I will let you land. I'll let you land and tell me why you had to. Please convince me. And I'm sorry for playing the violin. I should have played the guitar.
So if you grew up in a house, like I'm not saying it was a mafia, but your parents are full deep. In the game. Yeah. And you're growing up and you're seeing all these things around you from a local youth. Mm-hmm. Things that you should never be witnessing in your whole life as a picnic. You shouldn't be exposed to this, but you are. Yeah. How do you say all right, then I'm going to grow up and be a plumber?
Yo, people, listen, make sure you check out us on Patreon. That's www.patreon.com/elephant in the room. Make sure you sign up. It's only £3 a month. You get to watch the full episode, all right? Because you can see we've just cut the episode short, innit? So if you want to watch the full episode, jump onto Patreon. You're also going to get some exclusive content over there. You're also going to be the first dips on anything that we're doing. You're going to be the first person or the first set of people that can get tickets and are going to have the opportunities, all right? So jump over to Patreon and make sure you follow us and you keep it elephant in the room, all right? So join us over on Patreon and peace.